Sometimes a child can say something so clear. We adults just have to listen. I'm talking about Jasmine, the 7-year-old daughter of my clients. She said to me, "Miss Michelle, I really need you to get our home sold so that I can have my own room. We need granite countertops in the kitchen, a finished basement, and I want my bedroom to have a sitting area and a chandelier."
What can be more compelling than that? Jasmine's parents have been trying to sell their own home without any success. When they came to me, their story was clear. With 2 small children, they no longer felt safe in their neighborhood. Their car had just been broken into, houses near them had been burglarized, and they wanted their kids to be in a neighborhood where they could play outside without big concerns of their safety. Their home had already been refinanced to pay for the mom, Tina, to go back to school, but now they're stuck in this adjustable rate mortgage. So here we go. Hey, it's always been my job to deliver the good, bad, and ugly to my clients so they can make an informed decision. I told Jasmine's parents that their asking price is not in line with the current market. Additionally, based on how much they owed on the home and the current market, they were upside down. Upside down might have sounded fun to Jasmine, but to her parents, the news was tough. Hey! I offered them the option of trying to work out a short sale with their lender or bringing the balance of the shortage to the closing. After many long conversations about that, what would be the best route for their family, they decided to trust me to list their home and work through the short sale. I introduced them to a trusted CPA and a loan officer who helped my clients fully understand any consequences, including taxes and credit issues. Fully understanding is both important and empowering. I sold their home, and because they trusted me through that process, they were very comfortable with me when it was time to begin the search for their next home. Within weeks, they purchased their 4-bedroom, 2.5-bath dream home, and their kids made it clear that they were the real clients. A few weeks after closing, I found a handwritten note in my mailbox. It was from 7-year-old Jasmine thanking me for her new bedroom. There's nothing better than one of those cards. Hey!
12 years ago, I assisted John and Kate with renting a property in Damascus, Maryland. I was excited. They were my first rental client, and I thought one day,
maybe they'd become a buyer. I followed up with a handwritten note, a pop by, a bottle of cider, and called to check in periodically. And I never heard anything back from them. And I wondered, what should I be doing differently? Fast forward 6 years, and I got the call. They wanted to buy their first home. They were pregnant with their first child. They were looking for a home where they can envision themselves raising a family and having a reasonable commute to Washington, D.C. I met with them, had a buyer consultation, and discussed the best location for them, which actually ended up being where I grew up in Rockville, Maryland. The first home I showed them was on Rydell Terrace, the road that I grew up on and lived on for over 20 years. Even crazier, it was a childhood home, one of my best friends. And believe it or not, that's the home that I helped John and Kate buy. Hey! They trusted me, the guy who helped them find a place to rent in his first year in real estate. 6 years later, they wanted me to help them with finding their first home and establishing roots in a community as their family was growing together. The same community where I'd established my own roots with my own family growing up. This is the impact that realtors have on families, and this is why I love my profession.
started off with a simple email from two complete strangers who had been reading my blog. An extremely detailed description of what they didn't want and what seemed an impossibility coming from Massachusetts to Miami for the first time.
I devoured the description. I knew in a heartbeat that these were my perfect clients. We would exchange emails 4 to 5 times per day before they set foot in the city. The irony is that they made a list of properties they wanted to see, but none of their properties is what I was going to suggest for them. How to convince these two perfect strangers who did not know me to spend their valued 2 days in Miami looking at completely different areas and buildings. That's where their journey began. Hey! One of them, we will call him Ken to protect his identity, confessed later that he knew he loved me when we walked into the first property, and I blurted out, "Nope, this will not do," and walked out the door. Ken and Rich looked at each other and smirked. This amazing couple was on the fence about buying a second home in Miami, away from their perfect northern lifestyle. I had to make them fall in love with Miami, and even with the drama of a difficult short sale, how to make them embrace the city. Fast forward 13 years later, and not only is Miami their second home, it's their home away from home, and they spend equal amounts of time in both cities. They have managed to leave their mark on every neighborhood they have lived in, as well as on their own realtor. Hey. We look at properties, discuss lifestyle changes, we laugh, we critique, we're brutally honest, and tear up the options. I take photos of them inside bathtubs, on balconies. We have fun exploring. They allowed for me to share my passion about Miami with them, and they trusted me enough to make Miami their home. They are the epitome of the perfect client that makes our business so amazing.
Welcome to Leadership Summit.